Welcome to NovaMathics. Today, Ethan is going on a new adventure in the magic forest. He will meet friendly animals and solve fun multiplication problems with small numbers. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to NovaMathics for more fun math adventures. Ethan entered the magic forest. The air shimmered with golden light, and colorful fireflies danced all around him. An old owl looked down from a tree and said, "I see 3 trees, and each tree has 4 nests. How many nests are there in total?" Ethan answered, 3 times 4 equals 12. Owl replied, "Excellent. You're quick with numbers." Ethan smiled and walked down a narrow glowing path. A clever fox peeked out from behind a bush and asked, "I caught 2 rabbits every day for 5 days. How many rabbits did I catch?" Ethan answered, 2 times 5 equals 10. Fox replied, "That's right. You're as smart as I am." Ethan laughed and kept walking along the soft green grass. A little squirrel jumped down from a tree and said, "I collected 6 acorns from each of 3 trees. How many acorns did I collect?" Ethan answered, 6 times 3 equals 18. Squirrel replied, "Perfect. I wish I could count as fast as you." Ethan waved and followed the trail of glowing mushrooms. A butterfly fluttered beside him and said, "I have 4 purple wings, and my 3 friends each have the same. How many wings altogether?" Ethan answered, 4 times 4 equals 16. Butterfly replied, "Lovely. You make numbers sound beautiful." Ethan smiled and followed the butterflies deeper into the forest. A deer stepped gracefully out of the trees and said, "I have 2 horns, and there are 7 deer in my family. How many horns in total?" Ethan answered, 2 times 7 equals 14. Deer replied, "Well done. You counted faster than a flash." Ethan continued toward a shining waterfall. A snake slid across a rock and hissed, "I met 3 frogs, each with 4 legs. How many legs in total?" Ethan answered, 3 times 4 equals 12. Snake replied, "Impressive. You have a sharp mind, little one." Ethan carefully stepped away and walked beside the stream. A bluebird landed on a branch and chirped, "I built 5 nests, each with 3 eggs. How many eggs are there?" Ethan answered, 5 times 3 equals 15. Bluebird replied, "Exactly. You'd make a great helper." Ethan waved goodbye and followed the song of the birds. A rabbit hopped out from behind a tree and said, "I have 4 friends, and each of us has 2 carrots. How many carrots in total?" Ethan answered, 4 times 2 equals 8. Rabbit replied, "Good job. You're quicker than we can hop." Ethan laughed and walked into a sunlit clearing. A frog sitting on a leaf croaked, "There are 6 lily pads and 2 frogs on each one. How many frogs in total?" Ethan answered, 6 times 2 equals 12. Frog replied, "Ribbit. That's right. Genius." Ethan crossed the pond on stepping stones. Another owl hooted softly from a branch. "I have 8 feathers on each wing, and I have 2 wings. How many feathers?" Ethan answered, 8 times 2 equals 16. Owl replied, "Splendid. You think like a wise owl." Ethan smiled and continued through the glowing forest. A colorful parrot flew above and squawked, "I taught 5 parrots to say hello. and each said it 4 times. How many hellos were said? Ethan answered, 5 times 4 equals 20. Parrot replied, awesome. You count faster than I can talk. Ethan giggled and kept walking along the path of flowers. A bear came out of the bushes holding honeycombs. I found 3 hives and each had 9 bees around it. How many bees did I see? Ethan answered, 3 times 9 equals 27. Bear replied, you got it. That's some sweet math. Ethan smiled and followed the buzzing sound down the trail. A hedgehog rolled to his feet and said, I have 7 apples and each has 3 worms hiding inside. How many worms? Ethan answered, 7 times 3 equals 21. Hedgehog replied, that's right. You're sharper than my spikes. Ethan stepped over the soft moss and kept going. A glowing butterfly landed on his hand and said, my garden has 4 rows of flowers, and each row has 6 blossoms. How many blossoms? Ethan answered, 4 times 6 equals 24. Butterfly replied, beautiful answer. You really love nature. Ethan smiled and kept walking toward the tall trees. A group of ants marched by. One of them said, we have 3 tunnels and 8 ants live in each tunnel. How many ants in total? Ethan answered, 3 times 8 equals 24. Ant replied, excellent, you're one of us now. Ethan laughed and followed the tiny marching line. A swan swam gracefully on the lake and said, I see 2 boats, and each boat carries 5 people. How many people are there? Ethan answered, 2 times 5 equals 10. Swan replied, wonderful. That was quick. Ethan waved at the swan and crossed the bridge. A lizard resting on a rock said, I can do 4 push-ups, and my friend does that 7 times more. How many push-ups in total? Ethan answered, 4 times 7 equals 28. Lizard replied, nice work. You're strong with numbers. Ethan smiled and climbed a small hill covered in flowers. A young deer appeared and said, I jumped 5 times and my brother jumped 6 times. How many jumps together? Ethan answered, 5 times 6 equals 30. Deer replied, well done. You count faster than we jump. Ethan continued through the glowing grass. From a high branch, another owl said, I know 4 foxes and each has 7 tails in my stories. How many tails is that? Ethan answered, 4 times 7 equals 28. Owl replied, perfect. You think like a storyteller too. Ethan walked toward a clearing filled with golden light. A final bluebird chirped softly. I found 9 worms every morning for 3 days. How many worms in total? Ethan answered, 9 times 3 equals 27. Bluebird replied, exactly. That's the last challenge of the forest. Ethan smiled as the forest sparkled around him. He had finished another magical math adventure. Thank you for watching. Ethan learned so much in the magic forest today. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to NovaMathics for more fun math stories. Next time, Ethan will continue his journey and learn multiplication with bigger numbers in part 2.